Mr. Matt's Arcade here. Today we're going to do an overview and instruction video for my dedicated light gun shooter pedestal cabinet. This cabinet comes with two Sinden Light Guns. Sinden Light Guns are some of the most accurate light guns on the market. And one of the great things about Sinden is it does not require IR receivers around your TV. It works off having a white border around the screen. These guns actually make it perfect for doing a pedestal style cabinet because you can plug it into any size HDMI TV, and it all works off of an HDMI cable, so you don't need any additional components, which makes it nice and easy to switch to any size TV you want. The dimensions of the pedestal cabinet are 13 inches deep, 25 inches wide, and about 36 inches tall. So it's a nice compact size, which makes it nice and easy to fit in your game room. And since it does have locking casters, you can push it up against the wall when you're not using it, and then pull it out when you do need it. I also offer another model of the dedicated light gun shooter cab. I offer a full-size stand-up one with the monitor included. I designed this model to be smaller and more compact to make it easier for you to fit into your game room. And then also because it doesn't use as much materials and doesn't include a monitor, I'm able to offer it at a lower starting price. The pedestal cabinet starts at $1,500, and that includes the two Sinden Light Guns. It runs off of an N95 mini PC. It is running batocera operating system, has approximately 185 light gun games. One thing to note with the Sinden Light Guns is the larger the TV, the further back you have to stand from it. It's recommended that you stand about 2.5 to 3 times the width of your TV back. It comes with a very long cord, and I have a channel inside keeping it separate, so if you need more cord, you just pull it out. And then if you need less cord, you just carefully push it back in. That way it's nice and easy to use any amount of cord you want, but not have to have it so long that it's dragging on the ground and stuff when it's not needed. The buttons on the console. So here you have some directional buttons, up, down, left, right. Middle button is enter. These top 2 buttons are additional buttons for other settings. And then on the front, you have a start button, coin, exit, coin, player 2 start button. This particular model got all the upgrades, so it also has this graphics kit. The authentic coin door. Down on the front here are 2 USB ports for plugging in USB pedals for games like Time Crisis. Here's the pedal. Just plugs in right here. And for games like Time Crisis, you would step on it to hide. It has locking casters to make it easy to move around. Spin it around. And then on the back here is where your USB drive plugs in. That has all your software. Here is your HDMI port. Here's the back door if you have to access the internals, just 4 bolts that come out. And then on the bottom is your on-off switch with a removable power cord. Here is the Sinden Light Gun. It has 2 buttons on this side, 2 buttons on this side. It has a D-pad, and then also it has a pump used to reload in some games. These particular guns got the recoil upgrade. The base model does not include recall, but that is an upgrade option. After you plug in both the power cord and the HDMI cable, it's just that on-off toggle switch on the bottom. That'll turn it on. It's running batocera version 40. So it boots up to the game selection screen. There's a couple of different ways to navigate through the game selection screen. So you can use the directional buttons on the console itself, the up, down, left, and right, to scroll through the different systems. When you find a system you want to go into, you press the enter button, which is the middle one here. And then to back out of the specific system, back to the main menu, you hit the exit button, and that kicks us back. The other way you can navigate is by using the D-pad on the gun itself, and then pulling the trigger to enter the system, and then to back out, you use the pump, that'll back you out. And then the third way is you can actually shoot the system, shoot it to select it, shoot it again to go in it, and pump will back out. When you're ready to start a game, select whatever system you want, go to the game, and you can either shoot it to select it and start, or use the enter button on the console. For in-game, the button layout on your gun is this rear left button is start, rear right button is select, either shoot off screen or pump to reload depending on the game. And then these other two buttons are auxiliary buttons that are used in some games. Then to exit the game, you hold the coin button and then press the exit button, and that'll kick you back to the main menu. On the console itself, it also has a start and coin button. A couple of the systems don't recognize the start and coin button on the gun, so you can use them here. I'm going to bring you in closer and take a look at the different systems and games that are on this machine. Alright guys, let's take a look at the different systems and games that are on this machine. So we have 182 games total. Let's go up to the first category. So you have 5 Atomic Wave games. Extreme Hunting 2, Ranger Mission, Sega Clay Challenge, Sega Sports USA. Then we have Dreamcast, 5 games. Confidential Mission, Death Crimson 2, Death Crimson OX, House of the Dead 2, Virtual Cop 2. FB Neo, which is one of your arcade sections. We have Alien 3, Beastbusters, Deer Hunting USA, Dragon Gun, Gunbuster, Jurassic Park, Mechanized Attack, One Shot, One Kill, Operation Thunderbolt, Operation Wolf, Operation Wolf 3, Point Blank, Revolution X, Space Gun, Steel Gunner 2, Terminator 2, Turkey Hunting, Wild Shooting Championship, 0 Point, 0.2. Then we have MAME, which is your other arcade section. We have 34 games. Area 51, Bang Bang, Big Buck Hunter Shooters Challenge, Buck Hunter Call of the Wild, Buck Hunter Sportsman Paradise, Carnival, Carnival King, Cheyenne, Chiller, Egg Venture, Ghost Hunter, Ghoul Panic, Golgo 13, Golgo 13 2, Invasion, The Abductors, Judge Dredd, Laser Ghost, Lethal Enforcers 2, Lethal Justice, Line of Fire, Mobile Suit Gundam, NY Captor, Point Blank 2, Police Trainer, Rail Chase, Time Crisis, one of my favorites, Trophy Hunting, versus Duck Hunt, versus Freedom Force, versus Gumshoe, versus Hogan's Alley, and Zombie Raid. Sega Master System, 11 games. Assault City, Gangster Town, Marksman Shooting, Trap Shooting, Missile Defense, Operation Wolf, Rambo 3, Rescue Mission, Shooting Gallery, Space Gun, Wanted, Sega Mega Drive or Genesis, 4 games, Gunfight 3 and 1, Lethal Enforcers, Lethal Enforcers 2, Menacer 6-game cartridge. Sega Model 3, 3 games, LA Machine Guns, The Lost World Jurassic Park, Star Wars Trilogy. Naomi, 7 games, Confidential Mission, Death Crimson OX, House of the Dead 2, Lupin 3rd, Manic Panic, The Maze of the Kings, Ninja Assault. Original Nintendo, 14 games, Chiller, Crime Buster, Duck Hunt, Freedom Force, Gotcha, Gumshoe, Hit Marmot, Hogan's Alley, Lethal Weapon, Light Gun 2 and 1, Master Shoot, Mechanized Attack, To the Earth, Wild Gunman. PlayStation 1, 17 games, Area 51, Elemental Gearbolt, Extreme Ghostbusters, Ghoul Panic, The Gun Shooting 2, Gunfighter, Legend of Jesse James, Gun 2, Lethal Enforcers 1 and 2, Mighty Hit Special, Point Blank 2, Point Blank 3, Project Horned Owl, Rescue Shot, Time Crisis Project Titan. The Time Crisis series are my favorite games, and there's quite a few of them on this system. And the neat thing with this version 40 of Batocera operating system, it now supports pedals. So for games like Time Crisis, you can use the pedal to duck just like in the real game. PlayStation 2. 10 games. Endgame, Gumcom 2, Gunfighter 2, Gunvari Collection, Ninja Assault, Time Crisis 3, Time Crisis, Crisis Zone, Time Crisis 2, Vampire Knight, and Virtual Cop Elite Edition. Sega Saturn, 12 games, Area 51, Chaos Control Remix, Crypt Killer, Death Crimson, House of the Dead, Maximum Force, Mechanical Violator, Mighty Hits, Scud, Virtual Cop 2, Daphne, or your American Laser games. We have Crime Patrol, Drug Wars, Johnny Rock, Last Bounty Hunter, Mad Dog 2, The Lost Gold, Mad Dog McCree, Space Pirates. Super Nintendo, 8 games, Battle Clash, Bazooka, Lethal Enforcers, Metal Combat, Super Scope, T2, Tin Star, Yoshi's Safari. Wii, 25 games, Buck Hunter Pro, Chicken Blaster, Chicken Riot, Chicken Shoot, Dead Space Extraction, Dino Strike, Ghost Squad, Gunblade New York and LA Machine Guns, House of the Dead 2 and 3, House of the Dead Overkill, Mad Dog McCree, Martian Panic, Nerf and Strike, Reload, Target Down, Remington, another Remington, Resident Evil, Dark Side, Resident Evil Umbrella, Top Shot, Western Heroes, Wicked Monster Blast, Wild West Guns, Wild West Shootout. And that was all of them. You also have a favorites category. So if you wanted to add a game to the favorites, you would go and highlight it and press the top left button on the console. It'll say added to favorites. And now if we back out, go down to the favorites menu and go in. There it is. And to remove it, it's the same thing. Just highlight it, hold that top left button, and it'll remove it. So that's all the games, guys. If you needed to change any of the advanced settings, I'm not going to go into that because there's so many different ones. I recommend looking it up yourself online to see an instruction video from somebody else. But if you wanted to mess around with them or change anything, first you would unlock user interface and you press exit, enter, exit, and that unlocks it. And now there's all kinds of settings in here. One of them is controller and Bluetooth settings, Sinden gun settings. So in here you could change the border size, border color. I've only tried white. Depending on your TV, you may need to adjust the camera contrast, camera brightness, and camera exposure. Usually default should work, but you are able to tweak them if needed. And then the one to show you is recoil. So we have disabled, which is off, gun, which is single shot, full strength, machine gun, which is full strength machine gun or rapid fire, quiet gun is low strength single, quiet machine gun is low strength rapid. When using full strength single or machine gun, if you do rapid fire or hold the trigger for a long period of time, it can discharge the capacitor rather quickly. So it does get a little weaker as you go. That's why for a lot of stuff, the quiet gun or quiet machine gun might be your best bet. Unless it's a game that you don't have to do a lot of rapid fire, then you can do the full strength regular gun. But just something to play around with, see what works best for you and for the different games. If you change it when you go back, it'll say light gun disconnected and reconnected. That's normal. That's just changing the settings. I'm not going to really go into a lot of the advanced settings here, but let me just show you how to put kiosk mode back on. I recommend probably keeping it in kiosk mode, especially if you're going to have guests or kids playing it, so that way they don't mess up any of the settings on you. So go down to System Settings, go down to User Interface Mode, go down to Kiosk, and it's going to ask you to confirm, say yes, and then when you close this menu, now we're back into the main menu, which only offers unlock and quit. So when you're all done playing, you go down to quit, go down to shutdown, really shut down, and it'll shut the system down. And once your monitor or TV says no signal, then you know for sure the computer is completely shut down and it's safe to turn off the toggle switch.